Okay, I think I'm all set. I've got, oops, almost all set. I went too big. There we go. Now I can see the chat comments on Facebook too. Okay, now I'm ready to go. So today we are here to talk about step 4 of the Hello Summer Beach Bag, and full reveal time. You get to see the whole bag finally. If you didn't peek at the spoiler pictures, which I know Tove said she was going to do it mystery style, and I don't know if she succeeded or not, but I'm very impressed with the restraint that it would require to not look at the spoiler pictures. I don't think I could do it. So if you did do the mystery style, just looking at the pictures as you got each step, I'm very impressed with your restraint and discipline, because I could not do it. So handles, let's take a look. So this is my big, Tove, you did. I'm so impressed. I can't believe it. All right, so this is my big bag. This is the size 4 beach bag, and these are my nice wide handles. Now this is an integrated strap, which when I say that, I mean that it is worked as part of the bag. So we work this bag from the bottom up in the round, and when we get to the handles, now we did switch colors at the end of step 3, but for the handles, we continue working in a spiral. We're just adding on the strap in the process. So I will show you a video. I did a recording, so I'm going to attempt to do a screen share again to show you at least part of that video. And then I will link to the full video in the blog post that will go up probably in a couple days with that if anybody needs it. So these straps are, it's about 20 inches long, and see if I can stand up here and you can see how this lays. And so this is a big opening here. So if I were to do this again, I might make this part a little bit closer together. But it's a good big bag, nice strong straps. And these are 12 rows wide, I think. Whereas this one, this is my size 2. These only have 8 rows. Or rounds rather, so it's narrower. It's still wide enough, like if you put something really heavy in it, it might dig into your shoulder a little bit, which is why I like the wider strap. But I ran out of yarn because I was trying to do the whole bag with just one skein of the coral, which I succeeded, except for the fact that I had to stop. I had to make the handles a little bit narrower than I wanted. So this is 8 rounds and this is 12 rounds. You can obviously do it however many you want. For a nice big bag, I'll even go up to like a 2-inch strap, especially if I'm going to use it for groceries, canned goods, juices, stuff like that. Then I want a nice thick strap so that it distributes the weight on my shoulder. So size 4, 12 rounds, size 2, 8 rounds, and I made some progress on my little fruit bag here, and it has about 7 rounds right now. I haven't decided yet if this is good like this or if I want to go a little bit wider, but I think this might be good because it's just a little, so like I've got yarn in here right now. I could actually stuff a little bit more yarn in here. There. And so, yeah, that's how it looks. And that's the size 1 with just mesh. This is a little bit less than half a skein of the green. I think it was like 0.4 skeins. So I skipped the decorative part at the bottom. Where's this guy? So right here, these rows or rounds rather, which was kind of to get you familiar with filet crochet if you hadn't done that before. So I skipped that part and I just continued doing repeats of that first round. And that gave me the mesh bag because I knew I was going to run out of yarn, but I wanted to go ahead and use up those leftovers. And that's how it turned out. So that was half a skein of the green. And then I started with a full skein of the ecru, and I still have quite a bit left. So I think it would be plenty for making taller straps. So if you wanted to do a size 1 bag taller with full straps, I don't think it would be an issue to do it with just 2 skeins of yarn. So this is the bag that I did the tutorial for. So I'll see if I can share that with you in a minute. Yarn everywhere. But before I do that, I want to do our giveaway for the second set of stitch markers. Now, Tove already won the first ones, and this set is going to go to Mary Ann. The 2 of them have been my most active participants. They've been sharing progress pictures, which I love. I love seeing how you're coming along. I even love the yarn pictures. It's just, I get so excited when I see what somebody else has planned with one of my designs. It's like, it gets new life. So I make something once, maybe twice, in this case, 4 times. You're welcome, Mary Ann. In this case, because I've got 4 sizes, it's like, oh, I really want to test it out so I can make sure that my yarn estimate is solid. And so, yeah, I'm making 4 of these bags, and I'm getting kind of tired of it, but I love seeing it in different colors. So Tove's is green and yellow, and Mary Ann's is kind of a coral color, I think, on the bottom part. And I don't know if I know what the second color is yet. And that's exciting. I can't wait to see, what comes next. And of course, in the body of the bag, you get to decide how you want to design it. And there are so many different possibilities there. So I know we talked about the different options, but the filet crochet gives you pretty much total control over what it is, so long as it fits. Like we were talking about the size 2 bags. You don't have as much real estate on these guys. Oh, but it's not done. This is my size 3 bag I'm about halfway through it. So this is the beach please side. And so you can maybe see that it says please there. And then on this side is the summer. So it says summer please. So I'm about halfway through. I've started my second skein of the ecru. And so I think that I'm going to be good with 3 skeins of the ecru and have plenty of leftover. And then I've got 2 skeins of the coral to finish it up. And I just started my second skein of coral when I finished up this bottom. So that should leave me almost a full skein to do the straps. And then I've got plenty for the body. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable about my estimate on the size 3 too. It's just, now I have to finish it. Okay, so before I jump to the video, do you have any questions? Pull up the chat here. Sorry if I'm wiggling. Mary Ann, mauve on the bottom and pale pink up top. Ooh, that's going to be fun. I can't wait to see that. See the colors that we perceive on the monitor. Sometimes it's kind of tricky, right? Okay. All right. I don't see any questions. Let me double check on Facebook. Whoops. Nope, I don't see any there either. So I'm going to try the screen share again. I had to fiddle with some settings in my computer, so that's fun. Hi y'all, Connie here. So today I want to talk to you about how I do the integrated handles on my crocheted bags. So this is the small size of the Hello Summer Beach bag, and I already have marked the corners of where my handles are going to go. So typically if you're doing this on any other size bag, or if you're using this handle technique on another bag, then what you want to do is you want to take your total number of stitches and divide it by 4, and then place your stitch markers at those points and make any adjustments from there if need be. So if you have a pattern on the bag that you want to align your handles with, that's when you would do it. But I generally start with about a division of 4, and then I will tweak it from there a little bit if I need to. All right, so oh, and you want to make sure that you've got the same number of stitches in between here so that your handles are the same width apart. So I think I've got 44 stitches in between here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use foundation single crochet stitches to create the handle, right? So it's going to come up here like this with foundation single crochets. Then we're going to rejoin on this side, and then we're going to single crochet around until we get to the next marker. And then we're going to do another series of foundation single crochets across to this stitch marker. Then we rejoin, work around the side, and then we're going to do decreases at each corner as we continue working in a spiral all the way around this bag, as many times as you want to until you've reached the desired strap width. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in here. I have worked 2 rounds in this new color, and to start our foundation single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. I'm inserting my hook into the first marked stitch, right? Let me actually bring you a little bit closer here. I'm going to scoot my camera a little bit so that I can make sure you are in focus. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here's my first marked stitch, and we're going to insert our hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So this looks just like a regular single crochet so far. But now we're going to chain 1. This creates the base chain for our foundation single crochet, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through both loops on our hook. Okay, and so I'm going to put this stitch marker back into the top of this stitch, and that's going to mark the corner of this round. So that's where we will do our decrease on the next round. All right, so to do our next foundation single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook into this loop down here, so that base chain that we created. And I do try to work under both of those loops because it makes a stronger stitch than just working under one loop. Okay, so yarn over, pull up a loop, chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that's 2 foundation single crochets. And we're just going to continue in this manner until we have handles that are as long as we like them. For the size 2 and size 4 samples of the Hello Summer Beach bag, I did between 120 and 130 foundation single crochets, and that gave me a strap that was between 18 and 20 inches long. With my the Ultimate Market bag, which was worked in a kitchen cotton with, I think, a G hook, either maybe an F hook, so a little bit bigger, right? I did between 90 and 100 foundation single crochets for about the same length strap, and they will usually stretch out with use a little bit because these stitches are a little stretchy. So keep that in mind. I forgot where I was in my stitch. So keep that in mind when you are determining your length. So you can just work as many stitches as you want, kind of stretch them out a little bit, and then measure them and see about how long they are. Or you can test it out by like rejoining and putting it over your arm and seeing if you like how it fits. For this bag, what I'm going to do, because this is just going to be a little fruit bag, I'm not going to make a long handle. I'm going to do probably about 44 stitches just to bring it over here and rejoin, and that'll make just a little handle that I can grab when I've got fruit in my bag. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and do those stitches, so probably about 44, because that's how many stitches I have across here, maybe a few more if I want a little bit extra space in there, and then I will meet back up with you here to rejoin, and then we'll go around and I'll show you what we do in the corners as well. Okay? Okay, and this is my last foundation single crochet there. I should have 44. I'm not going to make you watch me recount them, but you see how this stretches across here, and so that should be about the right size, right? For just a small handle. So before we join on to where our marker is here, what we want to do is first make sure that this isn't twisted, because if it's twisted around like this, then when you come back around to it, it's going to cause you problems because you can't work into those stitches very well if they are twisted. So we want to make sure that it's flat and straight all the way across. And then I'm going to act as if I'm going to make another foundation single crochet. So I'm going to insert my hook under these bottom 2 loops of the base chain before. But then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to come down here to my marked stitch. And I do kind of have to pull this out. All right, so here's my stitch here, right? There's my hook through those 2 loops. Now I'm also going to insert my hook into that marked stitch. Okay, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop through all 4 of those. Okay, was that not in focus? Let me show you again. All right, and put this back in here so I don't lose it. All right, so insert your hook into the bottom 2 loops. Then come back to your marked stitch. There we go. Now I can squeeze it in there at the same time. Yarn over, and you're going to pull up a loop through all 4 of those loops right there so that you only have 2 loops left on your hook. So you're pulling it through the body of the bag as well as the strap. Okay? All right, so now you've got 2 loops on your hook, but we're not done yet. All right? So now, let me go ahead and move that into the next stitch. So here, this is where we worked. We're going to insert our hook into this stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, and now we're going to do it one more time. Insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then this time, instead of just pulling through 2, we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of these to complete that funky little decrease. Okay. And then we're going to take our stitch marker, and we're not going to mark the top of that stitch that we just did, but we're actually going to mark the stitch before it as the corner of our strap. Okay, so this is a decrease worked over those 3 stitches to join the strap to the bag in the strongest way that I could think of to do it. So by basically doing that single crochet with the decrease, it's got a nice sturdy, like you can pull on this strap and it's not going anywhere. I've never had one of my bags break at the corner where it was rejoined. The only place I've had breaks is where there were breaks in the yarn. So that is our first decrease, and that's the funky one, right? But from now, or from here, we're just going to single crochet in each stitch around until we get to the next marked stitch. So I will meet you there. Okay, I'm actually going to stop it there. All right, do you have me back? Do you see me again? All right, so that was just the first half of the video. I will link to the full video tutorial that'll show you. I'll do the second strap again, so you'll get to see that starting the strap with the foundation single crochet and rejoining onto the bag a second time. And then for the second round, when you get to those corner stitches, it's just a single crochet worked over 3 stitches, but that's part of the video as well. I show it to you on all 4 corners so that you get an idea of how it looks. So I think that actually worked that time. Yay. A technological success. All right, so I'm going to check the chat again. Do we have any questions or concerns, or do you want to see it again? I've got, what happened to my bag or my other one? Okay, I'm still there. I still have my close-up camera too. So if you need to see anything again, or if you've got questions, now's the time to ask. No, I don't see anything. Let me check Facebook again. Okay, I don't see any questions. So I guess that means I did a good job of explaining that. Yay. I know, Tove and Marianne, you're not to that part of the bag yet. So when you do get there, if you've got questions, just pop into the group or send me a message and I'll help you out with that. But I will post the link to the tutorial, the full tutorial, in the in the blog post with the resources listed for step 4, and it'll probably end up going onto the Ravelry page as well. But if you ever have trouble finding it and you need it, just give me a holler and I will send it. Okay, I think I'm going to let you guys go. Tove looks good. All right, excellent. So if you have any questions, let me know. Pop into the group, share your progress pictures. You know, I want to see them. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording, and I will see you next week for the final giveaway.